Hi students, welcome to first year commerce class. We are in the lesson sources of business finance, means where do we get capital to start and run a business organization. We have discussed about types of finance. Then we were discussing about source of finance, means from where we have to obtain the required capital to start a business organization and to manage it. I told you that based on our requirement, we will select the source. In my previous class, I told you, suppose if you require 15 lakhs to construct your house, you may have different options like Union Bank of India or State Bank or a private money lender or with LIC. Like that, you may have different options. So, based on our eligibility, cost we select. So, just for house loan you have got different banks, but if you are establishing a very big joint stock company, so you require some hundreds of crores as capital for establishment as well as working capital requirements. So, where we can get? So, in our previous class we were discussing about non-institutional sources, means like shares, debentures, retained earnings, then public deposits, loans from commercial banks, advances from customers, trade credit, credit from suppliers. Like that we have seen various sources in our previous class. Non-institutional means individually we were taking from different people. Like we were selling shares to one person, like 1000 shares, and we will get some capital by issue of shares. Like for different people we were issuing certain number of shares and we used to get share capital. Then we can get debenture capital by issuing debentures. We can ask people to deposit their money into our company, that is called public deposits. So these are all sources working at the individual level. So that is why they are called as non-institutional. Now in this class we are going to discuss about institutional sources of finance. Institutional sources of finance means, what is an institution? Group of people working together is an institution. We say educational institution. Institution means a form of organization. It is not individual one. It is a group of persons. So, where they will be performing certain activities. So, as an institution, what do we have? What are the various sources we have? Remember that when India has achieved its independence in the year 1947, the major problem in India was unemployment and shortage of goods. We used to depend on various foreign countries for the required goods. Even today also we import lot of goods from foreign countries. Because of various reasons we are not able to produce within our country. For example, you take petrol, it is not available in India. We import it from Arab countries. Technology, we depend on America or Japan, or for say aeroplanes or say defense purpose equipment, weapons, we depend on France. Like that, even today we buy goods from other countries, that is called as import. In types of trade we have discussed this already. So, the major challenge for the Indian government immediately after the independence was to manufacture goods to the major extent so that we can supply the required goods to the Indian population and generate employment. Now, the problem in India is, if you have to start an enterprise, even though you have got knowledge, you require amount, you require capital. Without capital, you cannot start a business organization. For example, I have got enough talent, I have got 20 years of experience. Now I want to start my own college, but where is the money? If I require 50 lakhs to establish a junior or degree college, if someone provides me that capital, yes, I am capable of managing a college. But if in the absence of that 50 lakhs of capital, how can I establish a new college? Okay, if I establish a new college, there are so many benefits. Like I can provide employment to 100 people, I can provide better quality education to students, so I can improve the society education standard, or I can contribute to the national income. Like that, so many advantages are there if one individual starts an enterprise. But the problem in Indian society is, for those prospective entrepreneurs, capital is not available. Okay, in the absence of money, you cannot do anything. Your knowledge and your experience doesn't work out. Okay, as you know that money is required for everything in order to accumulate the various factors of production like land, labor. You have to organize the things, you have to buy the material, you have to buy the machinery. So for these things you require money. So now what we have to do? So in order to overcome the problem of capital, Government of India has established various institutions which can provide capital to various industries. The major purpose of these institutions is to identify the upcoming entrepreneurs and provide capital to those people, and see that various new companies are established and run. Okay, so when a company is established, it has got so many benefits. Remember this point. Industrialization can solve so many problems of Indian economy. In economics, you will learn that. Normally, you know about a double-edged sword. Okay, means normally a sword, a knife will have only sharpness at one edge. Sometimes we say it is double-edged, means we can cut any way. Multi-edge means you can rotate it any way and you can cut it. You can make use of that. Means when you can get many advantages, okay, that is called multi-edged. So here, industrialization is the solution for many problems of India. What are the many problems of India? Unemployment, poverty, overpopulation, lack of education, okay, low quality of goods, like that various problems are there in Indian economy. All these things can be solved with the establishment of more and more industries. That is what called as industrialization. So if you have to establish more and more industries, you require finance, means capital is required. Who has to provide the capital? Unfortunately, in India, all the people are very poor or higher, just they are lower middle class. Only few percentage people are rich. So from them, even whatever the capital you are collecting by issue of shares and debentures, it may not be sufficient to start up your organization. So to focus on this industrialization, to encourage the setting up of more and more industries, Government of India has established special institutions, means special organizations, to encourage the entrepreneurs and to provide the capital. So what are those institutions? At all India level, national level means at all India level, Government of India has established All India Development Banks. All India Development Banks. So what are the All India Development Banks we have? All India Development Banks we have, first one is IDBI. IDBI stands for Industrial Development Bank of India. Industrial Development Bank of India. Then IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India Limited. SIDBI, this type of full forms, abbreviations may be given for 2 marks. So if they write IDBI, this you have to write that IDBI means Industrial Development Bank of India. It provides capital to various joint stock companies. That will give you 2 marks. So SIDBI. Small Industries Development Bank of India. Small Industries Development Bank of India is the full form of SIDBI. So what do these do? IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India, or Industrial Finance Corporation of India Limited, or Small Industries Development Bank of India, how do they provide you capital? Okay, very simple. Any individual entrepreneur or say group of entrepreneurs who have registered their company as public limited company or as private limited company with the register of companies, and they have got a proper project report, they have got an idea, they have got planning for the production and distribution of goods, and they have already established the business organization and means initial steps they have completed. So now they want finance for the expansion of their activities, for maximization of production, and to spread their activities they require capital. So what these people have to do? These companies have to approach these All India Development Banks by showing their project report. So these people, either Industrial Development Bank of India or Industrial Finance Corporation of India Limited or Small Industries Development Bank of India, will provide you loans. If yours is a public company, they directly buy your shares. Okay. If common people, I told you that if you require capital, normally we have got the source of issuing our shares in case of public company to the general people, general public. So if those people buy your shares, you will get capital. But the problem in India is most of the people are not having that surplus income. So many of the people may not have the idea about shares, and even if they have the idea, they may not have sufficient money to invest. So in such a case, people cannot contribute capital for your company. So you require someone's assistance. So that financial assistance is provided by these banks. So in such a case, this IDBI or IFCI Limited or SIDBI will buy your shares, or they will provide you long-term finance of huge amount of capital. Maybe 100 crores, 200 crores of capital is provided to you on long-term basis. What do you mean by long-term basis? You can repay the loan after 5 years. That flexibility is given to you. So that too, they provide the loans at very low rate of interest. Clear? So they are ready to buy your shares, or they are ready to provide you long-term loans of very huge amounts at lower rate of interest. That's how they provide capital. Then apart from this, after independence, Government of India has started specialized financial institutions. What do you mean by specialized? Means they deal about only those things. For example, if I am a specialist accountancy faculty, means I can teach only commerce and accountancy. I have got vast experience in that field, so I know A to Z of subjects, so I can give you better result. That is what called as specialized, means I teach only commerce and accountancy. Normally, if you take any other tutor, they can teach various subjects: economics, commerce, accountancy, okay, marketing, mathematics, English, etc. Everything. What you see in your old CD tutorials, a single teacher will be teaching all the subjects. So will he be focused on a particular subject? Will he have expert knowledge in that particular area? No. So similarly here, you take common banks, whatever the commercial banks we have got, they provide loans to various purposes in smaller amounts. So the commercial banks cannot exactly focus on industrial development. So for providing heavy amount of capital and to see that the industries are developed in India, Government of India has started various specialized institutions. They are IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India Venture Capital Funds, ICICI, Industrial Credit Investment Corporation of India Venture Funds Limited, Tourism Finance Corporation of India Limited, TFCI. So these also will provide you capital Okay. Now try to understand. These two, IFCI and ICICI, will provide capital to normal industries. Okay. General industries where goods are manufactured, for those people, this IFCI and ICICI will provide the capital. Whereas this TFCI, Tourism Finance Corporation of India Limited, will provide capital to only tourism companies. Only tourism companies. Are provided with capital. Okay. What do you mean by tourism companies? Okay. What is tourism? Do you have any idea about tourism? Tourism is very simple. To enjoy or to refresh, we visit certain locations. Say American people come to Hyderabad to visit Charminar, to see Salarjung Museum, to see Golconda Fort, to see Tank Bund. People from all over the states and other part of the world will come to India, will come to Telangana to see these tourist places. Means only to look at those views, to look at that places. Even we visit other places. We go to Rajasthan, we go to Madhya Pradesh, we go to Bangalore, we go to Agra to see Taj Mahal. That is a tourist place. So in India, Taj Mahal is a tourist place, Charminar is a tourist place, Tirupati is a tourist place, Shirdi is a tourist place. So many tourist places are there. But see that in order to develop tourism, we require some tourism companies also. Okay. You see in India we have got ITDC, Indian Tourism Development Corporation. See, for example, if a place is not maintained properly, people won't come there. Clear? If it is dirty, nobody will visit that place. So we cannot get any income. What is the advantage of visiting the tourists? So tourism gives you lot of revenue. If many people from foreign countries or other states, if they visit Telangana, you will get lot of income. Because when they come here, they travel here, they buy the things, they stay in hotels, they take the food, for everything they spend. So whatever the amount spent by the tourists will become our income. See, in the world there are certain countries which are surviving only on tourism, like Singapore, Thailand. Okay, certain countries are there where people across the world will visit on those places. Normally, suppose other countries like China, India, America, these people have to manufacture goods. So majority of the income in India we get from agriculture, from industries. But countries like Thailand and Singapore, based on tourism, they get lot of revenue. So across the world, people visit those countries. So when people visit, naturally they spend money. So whatever the money spent by the tourists will become the income to the country. So it is also one of the source of revenue. पैसे कमाने का एक तरीका है. So we have to develop tourism in India. But who will develop? Government alone cannot do it. So we require a tourism development corporation for those companies. Even in Hyderabad, we have got so many, say, amusement parks like Ramoji Film City. We have got Wonderla. Okay. So in the old days, we had Ocean Park, etc., etc. So now most of the people are visiting Wonderla only. Even you might have visited from your school. So like that, we have to develop amusement parks, tourist places. For that also we require money. So for which government has established Tourism Finance Corporation of India that will provide capital to tourism companies. Next, investment institutions. In India, we have got certain institutions like LIC. What is LIC? Life Insurance Corporation of India. Life Insurance Corporation of India. GIC, General Insurance Corporation of India. So how do they provide capital? Generally LIC and GIC will take premium from the people. Next year you will learn better about insurance. So they will give you a policy. For example, you have got car. So you may have the threat that car may get damaged in an accident. So पहले आप insurance कराते. So for that you will pay 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees premium according to the car value. So all the premiums collected from the people will be accumulated with the insurance companies. So that is the reason these insurance companies with that fund, they will invest in various joint stock companies, shares or debentures or in mutual funds. So LIC and GIC also will provide you capital if you require. Then state level institutions, these are all national level institutions. At state level like Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, within that state what do they have? So every state will have a state financial corporation. Every state will have a state financial corporation. Here also the same procedure. Any individual, for example, I am in Telangana, I want to establish a industry. So what I can do? I can submit the project report of my future business to that state finance corporation. So they will go through that detailed project report, DPR, and if I am eligible for the loan, they can provide me loan. That means if they find that the industry what I am going to establish is really going to materialize, I may get profits out of that, and I am having the capacity to repay the loan, in such a case, State Finance Corporation may provide me loan. Here also, State Finance Corporations provide the long-term capital at low rate of interest. Then we have got State Industries Development Corporation of India. It is also same like SFC. This was also established by the state government. So State Industries Development Corporation also will provide you capital whenever you require. Apart from this, at international level also, we have got certain international sources. First we have discussed about national level, state level. Now if you have any source at the international level, means from foreign countries also, whether you can get money or not. If you want to start an industry, do you have any source from the international platform? Yes, we have. That is, from foreign countries, particularly from America, you have got a American depository receipts. American depository receipt is like a document issued by the American bank. So they, by issuing the document, they will collect money, and that money can be used as capital for us. Similarly, global depository receipts. American depository receipt is issued only in American bank, but whereas global depository receipt is issued in more than one country. So banks generally like a certificate, they will sell and they will get the capital. Then at Indian level also, we have got Indian depository receipts. Like in India, as in a stock market, we are selling shares. So this depository receipt also is like a share, a certificate worth having the equality to certain number of shares. So that can be sold to common people and we can get money. So these are the sources under institutional finance. Institutional sources of finance means one organization will come forward to provide the capital. Non-institutional, individual was coming forward to provide the capital. So this is today's topic. So with this, we have completed sources of business finance.